videos so far, we've focused on adding observations and experiences to the program. What I'm going to show you now is how to add a journal into your program. Now, to add a journal, you just click on Journals in the program that you're working in. So we're just going to click on Journals and still in our January program for the kindy room. So click on Journals, and to add a new journal, I just click Add New Journal. Now, the good news is that adding a journal is exactly the same process as for adding an observation. So as I've already shown you that in how to add an observation, I won't bore you with going through and adding a whole journal. What I'll do is go through and show you a journal that has already been completed. So to do that, I'll just go back to the program list. And we'll go into the June program because there are a couple of journals here that have already been created. So I go into Journals, and if I want to see the Edit Journal screen, so this is where the journals have actually been added, I just click on the row of the journals. I'm just going to click on the row of this one, Another Week of Productive Play, and then you'll be able to see that it is indeed the same as adding an observation. You just give the journal a title, a date, and then you don't have an option of different observation styles because the observation style is actually a journal. In the narrative, you put in your description of what's happened. Most of the time, services use journals as a way of sharing with families all the different things that have happened in a room over a day or a week. So it's like a recount of everything that's happened, and then it can be used as a springboard for discussion then with the children. And then the reflection of learning rather than being based on individual or small groups of children, it's the learning that's happened in the whole room, so it tends to be quite general. Then the experiences observed, you would just link to all of the experiences that are actually mentioned in the journal. The children observed, a lot of the time it will be all of the children, and you might like to add the voice of the child. Remembering that families will only see their child's voice, they won't see every child's voice. And the outcomes, often with journals, services don't worry about adding outcome comments because it's more the outcomes that have been sort of included for all of the children in the room. So you mightn't worry about comments when you're doing a journal, whereas you would if you were doing an observation. Quick evidence. Same thing as the observation, you can add to your quick evidence list and you can add pictures. And if you want to, you can include different children in for each of the images, so then you can individualize it. And now if we go back to the program list, I'll show you what the journal actually looks like. So to view the journal, we just click on Journals again, and we would click on View Journal. And here we can see what the journal looks like. You can see that a lot of images have been added, and some of them are at the top, some of them are at the bottom of the screen, little captions that have been added underneath. The narrative, that's just your description of what's happened. So it's just a really nice way of sharing with the families all the different interesting things that have been happening in a room during the day or during that whole week. Then you've got the voices of the children, and as I said, the families will only see their child's voice, and the reflection of learning and the observed outcomes. And as you can see here, no comments have been added for the outcomes. Most of the time, as I said, you would save those for the observation. Now, one lovely thing that you might like to do with the journals is use this multimedia view. Now, what this does, it's quite clever, it turns the journal into a slideshow. So if you wanted to, you could have this playing for the families when they're either dropping the children off in the morning or collecting the children in the afternoon. And after a little while, you'll see the voice of the child start scrolling up from the bottom of the screen. So it just brings the journal to life a little bit. So that's that. So that is how you would add a journal to your program.